to maintain the fine facility that we have out there. And at this time, we're proposing a 5% increase in our rates. And our county, Carroll County, has 4 residents out of a total of 37 that you would be funding at that 5% rate increase. The other counties in the area that have people there would then also be affected by anything that you would approve today. There are 27 other residents out there that are being paid by other counties in the area, and Stacy, I think I have this written down right. Audubon, Calhoun, Crawford, Greene, Guthrie, even Polk, Sac, and Story would be affected.
And we do have an admit today of Webster County.
Webster County. So Carroll County sort of helps out all of these other counties at this time. I think it's well accepted that there is a need for this type of facility. And it's been run very well, and we've been running on an austere budget, if you will, as much as we can. But at times there are necessary increases. The increases that are necessary at this time we've deemed to be 5%, and that's based on an increase in our health care, which is for our employees. And just like the county, a huge part of our budget is employees. We have not given any cost of living increases to any employees since December of 2010. At that time, they received a 2% increase. Also, a major part of our budget is food, because we are feeding 3 squares a day for 37, at this time, how many? 37 residents or clients at this time. We have available to you any expense reports you would need, and I think you have been provided with them already. Correct. So we feel that 5% would be an appropriate amount in order to move forward and keep things as they are, and I feel that they are running very well. I am the chairperson of the board of directors, and Stacy is actually our manager of the facility. So I think you all know that, but just for the press, that's who we are and what we represent. If there's any questions, Stacy will probably be able to answer any financial questions that you would have. And very simply, I think that 5% would be an appropriate increase at this time.
Stacy, as far as structural issues, we've done some work on the windows in the past. Is there anything as far as structurally that needs to be addressed at Mallard View at this point?
You know, Steve was in, I think Steve even spoke with Joan about, you know, air conditioning and furnaces being replaced here and there. I'm not, sure right now. Right now, things are okay, but there's another wing of windows that eventually, but there's nothing major in the near future.
Thank you.
Jerry, you mentioned the healthcare cost went up, what percent, do you know?
5% this year.
It did go up 5%.
The year before it was higher, but this year we were fortunate enough to have only a 5% increase.
It's not crazy, 5% is fortunate.
We were happy.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't seem like that should be
I know what
right,
you're saying,
but that's the way it is.
Yeah, we'd like to strike a good balance with you too. We've got the history of Mallard View and others have, over the last 5 years, if you would get a 5% this year, the average for 5 years would be 4.26 per year averaged out, and it kind of went up and down, which seems a little on the high side. And on the other side, I was using the figure of 5 Carroll County employees and 25 out of county, and that's off a little bit, but the
Right, it changes.
thing is the same. We're really leveraging to our advantage when we increase it, because other counties,
That's actually in this case, and that's
we would not be subsidizing other counties, I guess sometimes say.
exactly.
So that's the balance I'm trying to get. So I do think that 4.26 per year over 5 years is on the high side. But I do understand that what we do pay reflects on what other counties pay, which is to our advantage when it's higher. So
if you don't have that, the increase to our county would be $252.96 per month. That would be what a 5% increase would represent.
year, and it comes to $744 on the general fund. So are you doing it per person?
That would be, unless that's per quarter, I actually have this.
Are you doing it per person?
Is this for the entire,
$252.96 a month.
that's for the,
Yeah,
that's for the entire facility? I'm sorry, that is not to the county, it's just, it's for everyone, for the whole facility, based on the, is that
Well,
correct?
It would
if
show-
you raise the 40.80 is the current rate, and then if it's raised to 42.84
$2.04 per service unit is what I have
per
for that.
person.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're right,
And
and
then
I'm,
we've got it, the amount annually for the NH fund and how much that is to the general fund. We have those figures.
I actually like your figures better.
Yeah, I suppose you would. I know I told you what they are.
Well, and I think that was based on 5 residents too, probably.
Yes, it is based on 5 residents, and we're hearing 4.
Currently, it's
The reason that I'm saying 5 is because we have a state case, actually 2 state cases we're funding. So
Okay,
we have to factor those into our budget, so they're looking at Carroll County people.
all right, thank you.
Where are you at with capacity, number of beds? Are you?
Right now, well, today we'll have 38, we haven't had it, and our capacity is 47. We're up a little bit.
90%.
Yeah, we're, you know, this winter it was 33, 34, but it fluctuates month to month.
And I also saw in your audit, I was trying to determine where this money will go, and it certainly hasn't gone to salary increases for employees. Those have been quite reasonable.
Stacy, how's your staff needs right now? Do your staff seem to have adequate demand in terms of staff? I mean, serving the 37 or so residents right now, you seem to have staff adequately covering?
Yeah,
That's
things
that.
are going real well, and we have a new activity director who also, on the weekends, every other weekend, does med work, med aid. So that's nice because we use her, I shouldn't say use, but she can cover both areas as far as the activity director previous to her retired. So I feel like we use our staff, you know, as far as the shifts they cover, and we're doing real well. And we're very fortunate to have a good group of staff that stay with us and have been with us a lot of years. So.
Well, I assume versatility is almost high on the job description list of attributes there.
Yes.
I know you're quite versatile too, so.
There's days, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I see your turnover rate ratio is 0 there.
Yeah.
Very small. I probably said this before, but I always encourage you to stay in close touch with surrounding counties to encourage, you know,
Sure.
the increased population from other counties to Mallard.
Like, you know, on that list that Jerry read, we serve, yeah, there's
Yeah.
10 to 12, you know, it just
More than
depends.
6
but
counties.
There's quite a few that.
right.
When you get residents, for
Can't
example,
hear
in
it.
Webster County, I assume they have family in this area? Is that-
Well, Webster County, this current individual got placed at the mental health unit at the hospital. So then the hospital calls us for, because, you know, as far as being close and.
Sure.
So.
Well, I don't think we're quite ready to approve or deny today. We're asking for requests from Mother. We thank you for coming up to.
Is there any more specific detail you would want from us that we could provide?
Well, I think one of our
Before you-
concerns was that, you know, you're asking for 5% and New Hope was asking for 2.75. We just want some justification for that big spread, I think, more than anything.
Okay.
Kind of hard to let one get one thing and somebody else not the other, so.
And their 5-year average, using the same criteria, would have been 2.65 compared to 4.26, so there's some difference there.
I'm guessing that they receive more state funding than we would, which may have increased in different ways. I'm not sure of that. They're funded by the state through Medicaid reimbursement that.
I'm not sure how that comparison would work,
Right.
Jerry. It's a good observation.
Do you have an idea, Don?
Yeah, the majority of their funding is Medicaid, Medicaid in county and state. As opposed to Mallard View, they receive a payment for the room and board costs through Department of Human Services, and then the county funds the service fee at 100%.
Well, and you had a unique situation, was that 2 years ago already, in the middle of the year, where you had a request, and I think that's where you got my percentage for you coming in here. There was a unique situation at that time that we addressed at that time, and
Which we greatly appreciated
and
that.
that reflects that.
And that would be in that
7.3%.
5-year average that Neil is.
Yeah, right, right. So,
Well, I think there's none of us here that feel that what you're asking for is exorbitant or, grossly out of line or anything like that. We view you, as our partner, and you are our county home. I think years ago, the actions that the board, took to privatize the county home was a very wise decision, and it's continually being well-run, but we want to make sure that wise decision remains wise too. So, with that, I think we will probably, table the final decision at least for a week or so, and we'll study a little bit more and let some of these requests come back in, and you certainly won't wait very long for an answer.
Okay.
Any other questions before?
No, just comment, we're kind of getting this request, and we've been through the budget and everything earlier. It would have sure worked out better for us, and I'm saying this for the future, if we
Okay.
had this like in January, so we could have reviewed it along with the rest of the budget, and it worked a little smoother for us, so just bear that in mind for future
We will
years.
keep that in mind for this
Yeah.
coming year, but it'll be someone else as I'm exiting in November. So this might be the last time you see me here. So my term is expiring.
You're being cut loose, huh?
That's right.
Well, thank you for your service.
Oh, absolutely. You bet, I've
I know
enjoyed
you-
it,
I bet
and
you have.
I'll be here for a while anyway, so. All right, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Bye.
Thank you both.
Yeah.